Hey, I'm Xenia Rubinos. I'm at Amoeba, and this is what's in my bag.
I just can't seem to stop the stars from falling.
This is Abbey Lincoln record. It says it's songs by Abbey Lincoln, but it's actually songs written by other people, so that's an interesting thing. But I love Abbey Lincoln. I grew up listening to her. I don't know this record actually, so I'm excited to check it out. It has Max Roach on drums, a superhero of mine. Paul Chambers on bass, who's incredible as well. Sonny Rollins on sax. It has Don't Explain, which is one of the first jazz songs I ever learned how to sing. But I've never heard Abbey sing it before, so I'm excited.
Hush now, don't explain.
I also got Mary Lou Williams' solo recital. I have never heard this record either, so I'm really excited to check this out. Mary Lou really inspired me a lot in this making of my new record, Black Terry Cat, and she's kind of not as well known as she should be. She's just such an excellent pianist, and aside from being a great pianist, also composed some really cool these choral suites. So I'm excited to see what this is about of her on solo piano. It should be cool. So that's Mary Lou. Hiatus Coyote. I love this band so much. They're from Australia. Everyone in the band is great, really great players. I got to see them live. That was a really memorable show. I was really sick. I was so sick I hadn't gone out of the house for 3 days. I was like, there's no way I'm missing this show. I knocked back 3 hot toddies at that show. And boy, by the time Hiatus Coyote came out, I was fully restored. And that night I was healed. It was a combo, hot toddy and Hiatus Coyote. And on my birthday this summer, I saw Napalm perform solo, just singing and playing guitar. It was amazing. She sang a lot of covers, some of the Hiatus Coyote songs, but solo. And her guitar playing is also crazy. You're how are you playing and singing that at the same time? Anyway, super fangirl. Love this record. So excited to get that.
Now come alright, sweet red earth will hold you like the strength you bless to me. True, engage humility.
Yeah, Chaka Khan. Classics. I don't know this album, but this person thought it was sweet in '81, March 5th, '81. They were feeling like it was sweet, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be sweet too. I also really love this cover art, so Chaka here and then Baby Girl. That's super dope. I'm excited about this. Chaka Khan is an OG. And then Kool and the Gang. I wanted to get a Kool and the Gang record. I don't know this album, but I'm really excited. I do know the song Raw Hamburger that's on there. That's a good jam. I love the way that they lay down the funk. Can't do wrong with Kool and the Gang. Classics, Donna Summer. The first track on my record that just came out was totally inspired by this song, Love to Love You. I just like how unhinged she is and unapologetically sexy and powerful and ethereal. And also this track is just so far out with Giorgio Moroder kind of producing this super long dance symphony, if you will. And I'd never heard anything quite like that. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay, so Lakmé, it's opera by Delibes. Super beautiful duet on this. As soon as you press play, there's a little prelude and then there's this duet that you've definitely heard. Beautiful opera, beautiful melodies. I love this one, classic. And I got also the Pixies, Surfer Rosa, classic. This album was a big turning point for me. I grew up listening to the radio and Mariah Carey and Busta Rhymes, and then I got turned on to jazz, and I was kind of coming more from that palette. And then I discovered the Pixies, I didn't know you could do that with songs, you know? I just didn't know that stuff like this existed. I also like some of the Spanish singing on this album. There's a really cool song called Tony's Theme that I love. It's like, this is a song about, oh man, what is it? This is a song about a superhero. His name's Tony. It's called Tony's Theme. And then it's like, I love that song. I mean, I'm not telling you something you don't know, but yeah, I just love how eclectic the songs are on this album and how joyful and just like raging they are at the same time. I love the vocals on this, you know, and storytelling. I just think this will never go out of style. It's like a forever record. My queen, Erykah Badu. I had to get this. I've never heard this on vinyl. So many great songs on this album. I love the production on it. I love the sounds. I feel like I was blasting this record nonstop on repeat when I went on tour as a support act. And I learned a lot about touring, but I was surrounded by just dudes all the time for like 6 months. And I didn't even realize like how deep that was like getting to me until I started like autographing people's records and like drawing vaginas on them. I was like drawing like hairy vaginas on everybody's albums and I'm like, what is that? And I was like, man, I just think I need to see like another woman or something. To get me through that, I was listening to Erykah like, every day. So she was like my godmother, sister girl, who was my best friend during those months. I listened to her all the time. Her records I keep coming back to again and again. This one I have no idea. This is Denise Williams. I just look at that cover art. She's coming out the wall with her flower prints. I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but I like coming into record shops and just trying stuff out. So I'm excited to hear what she's up to.
And I just got to be me, yeah.
This is Willie Colón. He's a legendary composer. They used to call him El Malo, like the bad guy. And he had this whole mystique around him and his band and how they were like gangsters. So all of his covers are him like killing somebody under a bridge, or like, this one's called The Hustler. So, you know, they're like up to no good, they're gambling. And his band is legendary, just the way he wrote for horns. All his horn backgrounds are super juicy and danceable. And a lot of times he had Hector Lavoe singing all these songs. It's just joy every time I hear his records. They're just like from that era of just dancing to a big band kind of vibe. Can never go wrong with Willie Colón. I got two. This one also, I mean, look at the many styles of Willie Colón on this one. The opening track on side A, I don't know, that's a jam. Like put that on and try not to dance. See if you can like not move to that.
Pero cuando me besas, me renace la fe. Se me olvida en el momento que tú no quieres querer.
Oh, I got a book, James Baldwin, The Fire Next Time. Heard a lot about it, probably read excerpts of it, but I had never read the full letters. I think there are 2 letters about his experience, his early life in Harlem. So I'm excited to read that James Baldwin.
People are not, for example, terribly anxious to be equal, but they love the idea of being superior. And this human truth has an especially grinding force here, where identity is almost impossible to achieve and people are perpetually attempting to find their feet on the shifting sands of status.
The last thing that I have is Carmen by Bizet with Leontine Price, who I actually haven't heard her sing Carmen before, so I'm excited about this. I just got to see Carmen live in Naples, Italy, in one of the oldest theaters, actually the oldest continuously running opera theater in the world. And I got a tour of it right before the opera, and every box has mirrors, like these little rear view mirrors, so that he could look and see what everyone was up to in every box. So I thought that was a pretty gangster move of the king. In Naples, he wasn't messing around. You know, Carmen's a classic, but it was really cool to be in that theater and hear the opera and imagine what the vibe could have been back in the day. So yeah, Leontine Price is a queen. Can't wait to hear this. I got this t-shirt, J Dilla, Donuts. I mean, this album is like an encyclopedia of music, and I love going in and trying to find out where his samples came from. It could be any time of day, I could be in any mood, and I would dig listening to Donuts. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you, this was fun.
What's it going to take to make us feel safe when we got that whole world up in flames? When we're gonna all be dust in space? Did I get that right? Did I get that right?